So we thought we had all, we didn't even have half. Filled with Taobao stuff now. Trisha's a happy girl.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of How Now Taobao, and today we'll be talking about how to create an account with Guangzhou Hongyu, which is one of the third-party portals that I spoke about in my other video, so go check it out if you want to find out about our experience using it and all that. Firstly, how do you start creating an account? They have a Facebook page, so you go to their Facebook group. Leave the link in the description box down below. So once you are in the group, you will see that there is a administrator by the name of Guangzhou Hongyu. So that's the admin who answers the question, so you can drop the person a DM. So as you can see here, right, in the announcement page, it says they really pinned the announcement to say, or if you wish to share with us, PM us for warehouse code and address to send your goods to us. Basically what it says is what I do. So the process is that you will have to go and tweak your address and everything. So I'll show you how I did it back then when I created with them. So I started off with my PM them saying, hi, I'm interested, I would like to create an account. So they say the same thing as the Facebook page, follow up with their price list and some details of like, what's allowed to be shipped, what is considered sensitive goods, and other details that you might need. Okay, so as you can see back then, I was like, how long can we keep our items at your warehouse? And then they say no time limit. You might have to double check whether there's still no time limit now, but I would think it's still the same. And then they send me the address. So basically the address is to their warehouse. The only difference is that every new customer of theirs gets a unique ID code. This is so that they can, when you add the address into your Taobao account, then it will be like designated to your, it will be like sent to your designated space basically. Okay, so mine, after they send, they even share a screenshot of how you can set up the address in Taobao. So now we will move on to how to set up the address in Taobao. Okay, so on your Taobao page, you just go to the top left hand corner if you're on the web, and then click on your profile. Okay, then after that over here you see this is where you can key in your addresses, so you just click here and then you just match the address that they have given to you accordingly. So so you just follow their process. If you are doing it on the mobile, then it might look a bit different. Okay, so that's the address portion. Then after that, they also send you this Excel sheet, right? This is basically the packing form, and how you will send it to them is through email, because I think because in China they can't really access Facebook or something like that. But basically, you will have to email them when all the goods have arrived in the warehouse. So I'll just show you a sample of how the Excel sheet looks like. Okay, so you take a look at the Excel sheet. It actually it's actually very informative. They already give you directions and comments of how to fill it up or where to fill it up also. So for example, this one, name in Facebook, so you just put how your name is typed in for Facebook. Then over here you key in your warehouse code, so it's a number that's unique to you. So key here GH, then your number. Then you can select your payment method, so here you can select your payment method. They have by Singapore Bank, you PayLah, PayNow, by Taobao, Alipay, or even the China Bank. So for contact number, they say that you have to provide 2 contact numbers. That is in case if they need to contact you for delivery and you're not around, then they'll just call the other person next. Okay, so for the delivery address, if you stay in a Singapore condominium, as they state here, you might want to flag it out to them, because if you order a very large quantity, they might send over a large truck. And for some condominiums, to my understanding, is that they do not allow some do not allow large trucks to go through, or they need prior notice. So yeah, just take note. Okay, so this is the Excel sheet that I was talking about. So the columns in red are the fields that are compulsory and required to fill in. So things like domestic courier company, tracking details, number of parcels, so on and so forth. So I'll show you an example of how you can fill up the Excel sheet when you know you have purchased. Okay, so your Taobao page, right, you can go to the page where you see all the items that you have purchased. Okay, so we'll use this denim jacket that I bought as an example. So do note that this number here, this 订单号, this is your order number. This is not your courier number, so don't put that in. So what you want to do is, okay, so you can click on this 查看物流, which is your tracking details. So when you click in, scroll down a bit, and what you see is that this is the one that you want. So this is 运单号码, which is your like basically your tracking number. So you can copy that, paste it in here. Okay, your domestic courier company is this one, which is your 物流公司. So in China, they have many local delivery companies, whereas like, you know, Singapore, we let's say have like Singpost, we have Ninja Van, that kind. So that's the same. Number of parcels. So this can be a bit tricky. Sometimes even though there is only one tracking number, some sellers send out like 2 parcels. So if you know that your item is large, right, sometimes what I'll do is that I will talk to them on the Taobao app to ask them how many parcels did they send out. So parcels in Chinese called 包裹. Okay, so for example, when I purchased this air filter, right, even though it was one tracking number, but they sent 2 packages. So for that, you have to ask, because sometimes they don't put that in, or sometimes you have one order number, but they send out 2 packages with 2 tracking numbers. Yeah, so it can be a bit complicated. So do check with your courier company if you are unsure. You can just always ask them how many packages did they send. Okay, so once you have your courier company, let's see what else is there. Number of parcels. So okay, this one denim jacket, so it's just one. Value in renminbi. So the value that I would take, would be this one, which is 72 yuan. So I'll just key in 72. Okay, things like seller name and China domestic courier fee paid on behalf by our company. Seller names are compulsory. If you want to put it in, is solely for your own reference. This one you can just leave it blank unless on the warehouse side they are asked to pay extra cost or something like that, then they'll inform you. Okay, then this one, goods name. So goods name, do fill it up in Chinese, in Mandarin. So for me, as in cause I can read Chinese, right? So I will probably just use I will copy only the essentials. So like it'll just be 牛仔外套男, which is denim jacket guy, and then let's say for my own reference I'll put denim jacket male. But if you are unsure, what you can do is you can go to Google Translate, type it out in English, and then translate it back to Chinese and put it in. So you can do without the English words, but they must have the Chinese name of it. Okay, and then sensitive or non-sensitive. So this is where the image that they send come into place. So if we take a look, this is what they consider as sensitive goods, which is things like your batteries, your branded goods, your food, any powder items, or even liquids. If your item falls into any of these categories, then just put it as sensitive. If not, you can just put it as non-sensitive, and then you are done. So let's say you have this Excel sheet filled out, right? So let me show you an example of mine. Okay, so this is an example of my Excel sheet back then. So as you can see, I had how many items? I had 71 packages, and So at the end, right, they'll have the total number of packages, total cost, and the amount of GST you have to pay. So in case you have not realized, as long as you do freight forwarding, you will have to pay for the 7% GST when they come in, which is actually not too bad. Okay, so this is how a completed Excel sheet will function or this is how it will look. So what you can do after that, you can just follow the instructions. So once you have completed your Excel sheet, you can email the packing form to the stated email. So the only thing you need to track is when they have reached the warehouse or not. So when they have reached the warehouse, when they put their 签收. So for example, when it says, oh, it has been received, then you can say you want to ship out items. So yeah, they will do a cross check before sending it out to Singapore lah. Okay, so once you have sent out your packing form, you just have to wait for them to pack it, to send it out. And once they have once the item has arrived in the Singapore ports, they will send you an invoice. So the invoice will look something like this. So you'll have your address and everything. Then it will show agency freight cost, how much is it and how much is it. So when you receive the invoice, this is how it will look like. It will show you the freight cost as well as the GST you have to pay, and then together with their total sum. So from there you can decide whether you want to use your what payment methods you would like to pay by. So once that is done, usually 1 to 3 days, 1 to 3 days after it reaches the port, usually they will call you to arrange for a delivery. While using a third-party forwarder can be quite complicated and tiring, but subscribing to us is not! So don't forget to subscribe, like our video, and let us know if you have any questions about how to use it. I'll try my best even though I've not used them for quite a while. So thank you for watching and we hope to see you soon. Goodbye!